What's up, guys? This is gonna be our 10 Cloverfield Lane review. It's gonna be spoiler free. Not gonna give away any of the plot points. I'm gonna try my best not to, and if I end up putting a spoiler out there, I'll put spoiler. Give you a spoiler alert on the in the title. So getting into it. Well, before that, Tyler has not seen this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. I've not
Yeah.
seen 10 Cloverfield Lane yet. I plan on it. I'm really excited to see it. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. So
Yeah. All right. So, getting into it, this is a movie that no one knew was even existed.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Maybe a month and a half ago. Like,
hmm
no, when the first trailer came out, everybody was like, "This, whoa, whoa, where did this come from? This
Well,
is
it,
tied to,
it dropped like that one Beyonce album.
yeah, like
Yeah,
just
just
out of
like out
nowhere,
of
yeah."
nowhere.
And I am just so glad that it did.
yeah.
Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break it down in the pros and the cons of the film.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with the cons first. Um, the whole film was a steady. It was at a steady pace.
hmm
It it didn't bore me. It didn't throw me off the film. It didn't excite me. It was just at a steady pace the entire film.
hmm
Now it did have a weird tone towards the end. Um, I felt it was kind of a con the way things kind of played out in the film. I'm not giving it. I'm not going to give anything away. I'm just going to say it was kind of a weird-ish uh, conclusion.
hmm
Um, and I almost feel like maybe the whole secret behind the production of the film and the fact that there were maybe only like there was a trailer that dropped only a month and a half, you know, to go until the film actually comes out. I feel like that kind of hurt the film in a way because one, not a lot of people knew what this was. I mean, obviously us
hmm
movie nerds knew, oh, this movie's gonna be awesome, but the general public didn't. So that kind of hurt it. That's only gonna hurt it, what's it called, in the box office.
Yeah.
But the thing about the film though is that the secrecy led to almost it led to a lot of anticipation and um, I expected a lot more from this film than what I got.
Oh, okay.
But in the end, it didn't hurt the film to where I left upset and disappointed.
Like there was nothing left to be desired when you left.
Yeah, because it fell flat at the end. It
Okay.
felt flat, but it wasn't. It didn't fall like flat hard enough to where like I was like, oh well, this movie sucks.
hmm
No, it it had a weird ending, but who cares? It
A
was it
lot
was
a
a
lot of
good
movies
film
have
leading
weird
up to it.
endings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting into my pros, this is definitely a suspense thriller. If
Okay.
you like suspense, this is one hell of a ride. Like I was saying, the steady pace,
Yeah.
that steady pace is suspense the entire way through. You
hmm
don't ever feel like, oh, well, I don't feel like nothing, like, there's nothing between these characters. Like, every single one of these characters, you almost feel as if something bad can happen at any moment. And that's something that is very beneficial to this movie.
Yeah.
The acting was amazing. The character moments between all of them. You had John Goodman who
Veteran.
acted his ass off in this film. He was so threatening and just talk about suspense. He was the one that implemented all the suspense into the film. Like he
Yeah.
single-handedly was a threat and so scary to these characters. It was like it had me on the edge of my seat anytime he had a conversation with someone else because he's very demeaning.
Wow. Yeah.
So, And then you had Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She, she's in one of my guilty movie pleasures, Final Destination 3. Great movie. Um, she she was perfect in this film. You know, she hit all the points that she needed to. She got it. The other guy, John Gallagher Jr. I'm not sure if that's his first name. I know that's his last name. He
Gallagher
was,
Jr.
yeah, he was another integral point, like a integral part of the film. He did exactly what he needed to do. Every single one of them did. But it also, this film, being that they're in a bunker, it felt so claustrophobic. And
Right.
usually films that do this, people kind of, oh, I don't like the feeling of that movie. It felt like uh, too enclosed. Like there was no freedom. This movie does it perfectly. Like
Hmm.
obviously, there's no freedom in this movie, but you feel as if, like, it almost doesn't affect you as much because at the end of the day what, like, you're with it. Like the claustrophobic aspect of it isn't going to throw you out of the film. It actually works in the benefit of the film. I don't want to give anything away, but it
Yeah.
actually works to the film's benefit.
Yeah.
Um, and it also keeps you on the edge of your seat. Everything that's happening, whether you know,
It's like all in close proximity, right? Like,
yeah, definitely all in close proximity.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to say. If I had to give this movie a grade, I would say if I'm grading the 3/4 of the movie leading up to the conclusion, I'd give this movie like an A.
Okay.
But after the conclusion, I'm gonna give this movie. It's still gonna be a good score. I'm gonna give it a B plus. That's my grade for it. Definitely a good movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go out and see it. You won't be disappointed. I'll let you know. It's worth the money.
All right. Cool. Well, I guess that will wrap up our review of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you for listening. And we will see you on Saturday.
Bye.